Happy Easter. Thank you. I tried to avoid those people for the last week who've been wanting to wish me Happy Easter, and I was kind of like, no, it's not Easter, people. It's not Easter. Happy Easter. This is a great night of celebration for us. This is the highlight of our whole year together as a church. This is the mother of all vigils. This is the greatest celebration that we have together as Catholics. So we want to celebrate well tonight. And we have extra blessing this year. We're celebrating Stacy's baptism. Many of you met him as he spoke a few Sundays ago. Was that many Sundays? It feels like many Sundays ago, right? But he's going to be baptized tonight, and we're excited for him, and his wife Elaine will be confirmed, and our friend Sharon will be confirmed tonight. So a great night of celebration for us. And I think for you, this is your first Easter Vigil. Attending the first Easter Vigil? Oh, a second for you. How about Sharon? Is it your first? Yeah. Now, I met some other people on the way in. Was their first Easter Vigil. So I just want to ask the rest of you, how many of you forgot your bells tonight? Did anybody forget their... Yeah, people were like, I forgot my bells at home. And for those of you that didn't know about the bell thing, you were probably thinking, what the... A word that rhymes with bell is going on, right? That's probably what was going on. But now you know, right? So we try to ring in and celebrate the glory to God with the bells, and so we're here to celebrate tonight, and I want also to celebrate with an Easter greeting. It's an ancient Easter greeting, but it's been making a comeback, so we're going to, raise that up a level tonight with this greeting. Again, for those of you who've not experienced this greeting before, there's variations of it, but we're going to use this very simple one that's up there. So the way it works is the first person just kind of, I'm explaining, don't anybody yell out, okay? I'm explaining. I'm just trying to deal with the extroverts before, it's too late. And they're chomping at the bit, right? So I can feel it. I can feel it. Those extroverts are out there. Okay, so the first person just simply says, Christ is risen, and the person they're talking to, or in this case, a group of people, responds with, truly he is risen. And just note there's 3 exclamation marks. So it's meant to be a bit enthusiastic. So let's try it. Christ is risen. I guess there's a lot of extroverts here tonight, but it's just, even Father Brian's an extrovert tonight, right? That's great. So anyways, we're celebrating that Christ is risen. Okay, there was a bit of delay, but you guys kicked in. Good for you. Good for you. And we heard about Christ's resurrection in our gospel tonight, right? The angel who came down from heaven, rolled back the stone. He proclaimed to the 2 women, he is not here. For he has been raised as he said, right? As he said, Jesus had predicted that he would rise again. And not only did he predict his resurrection, but more than once he had told his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem, suffer many things, be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And so we're here celebrating because of that fact, that historical fact. We are here celebrating because Jesus was true to his word. He was true to what he said. He was true to his rising again. And this is the good news of Easter. The good news of Easter is our belief in the resurrection. It's at the very core of our faith. And we're willing to stake our life on it. Our eternal life depends on it. And so we want to live our lives on this belief, right? We want to order our lives. We want to move forth in our lives on this core belief that Christ is risen. That was a significant pause there. I was thinking, oh, they've drifted off, already, only part ways into my homily, page 2, and they're already gone. It's gonna be a rough night for me, but no. But just in case you're new and you're wondering what is going on, it's meant to be a bit of an interactive homily with this greeting. So Jesus said that he would rise again, and even more than that, he told his friend Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. This is shocking. Jesus said about himself, I am the resurrection and the life. And in the context of their conversation, he's talking about eternal life. And when he says, I am, that has a very specific meaning in his day and culture. He is saying, I am God. In other words, Jesus is saying that in his very person, he is God and therefore has the power over death. He has the power over eternal life. In his very person, Jesus is the resurrection and eternal life. On Good Friday, we celebrated that Jesus won the victory over sin. On Easter, we celebrate that Jesus rose victorious over death. So he conquered sin and death. And this is the good news of Easter. This is the core of our faith, that Christ is risen. A few of you have dropped off, I can tell. Okay. But the rest of you, keep them awake, all right? So he is risen. This is not only a historical fact, right? There's lots of historical evidence for Jesus' resurrection. But the point of Easter is that we are not celebrating this just a merely historical event, right? This is not just an event of history that we're celebrating. We are celebrating the event, but in particular, we are celebrating the person. We are celebrating the person of Jesus Christ. And this is core to our faith, our belief in Jesus, right? And our response to him, right? That we're willing to stake our lives on his word, what he said, that he would rise again. And after telling his friend Martha, I am the resurrection and the life, Jesus goes on and says, those who believe in me, even though they die, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? And Martha responded in faith, yes, Lord, I believe. We're here to respond like Martha, to say, yes, Lord, I believe. I put my faith in you. I trust in you. Yes, Lord, I believe that you are who you said you are. Yes, Jesus, I believe that you love me so much that you suffered and died for me, but rose again to open the gates of heaven for me. On Good Friday, Jesus gave the ultimate proof of his love for us by giving all he could give on the cross to restore our relationship, to mend our friendship with God. So Good Friday is the proof that Jesus is with us in our difficulties. If we have faith in Jesus crucified, we never suffer alone. If we have faith in Jesus resurrected, we never go through life alone. He is always with us. The resurrection is an ongoing reality, an ever-present reality. It's a present reality of Jesus' closeness to us, being with us, and his desire for us to be close to him. There's a wonderful painting that depicts what I'm trying to convey to you. It's entitled The Light of the World. It was painted by William Holman Hunt way back in 1854. And when William first released his painting, people were quick to point out that he had made a mistake. They were like, "You forgot to put a doorknob on there." And William responded with, "Well, that's the whole point of the painting. That door represents the door of your life. It represents the door of your heart. And Jesus is always present, right? There for us, always there, close by, wanting to be part of our lives, wanting to enter into our lives, wanting to enter into our hearts fully. But he doesn't barge in, right? He respects our free will. We can choose to open that heart's door or not. We can choose to leave that door closed and keep Jesus out there, right? Away from us, out at a distance. Even though he's close, we're keeping him at a distance. And we separate ourselves from his love and his resurrected presence with us. So on this Easter night, it's like I said, it's a time of celebration, and I've had a bit of fun with the Easter greeting. But I want us to just pause for a moment, just to reflect, just to try to let's go deep for a sec, just a moment. And so I invite you to close your eyes and let's enter into this image of Jesus knocking at the door of our lives, the door of our hearts. Jesus, I believe. I believe that you are the resurrection and the life. I choose here and now to open the door of my heart to you. Jesus, I need you. I need you as my crucified Lord and Savior for the forgiveness of my sins. Jesus, I need you as my resurrected Lord and Savior, so I can know your presence in my life. Jesus, I want to be close to you, here and now, and for eternal life. Amen. So the good news of Easter is our belief that Jesus, in his very person, is the resurrection and eternal life. This is the core of our Christian faith. So it truly is a big deal that Christ is risen. Very good.